So the deal is McDonagh and Edmonton's 2024 fourth round pick that Tampa somehow has. Nashville somehow has to Tampa in exchange for the 2024 seventh rounder and a second rounder in 2025 to Nashville.
What? That feels like money laundering.
So basically, Ryan McDonagh is back, and he was the guy that I think Tampa thought they really needed, and they tried to replace at the deadline with several different pieces. They dumped him, but I don't think they wanted to. That was the thing. When they traded him,
they couldn't afford him.
They couldn't afford him. And then I think at the deadline with Dumba, and there was somebody else. Who else did they bring at the deadline? They tried
Claire, didn't they?
Cap Friendly doesn't even have this trade yet.
No, Chris Krenn. Chris Krenn is the one on my timeline at least that broke it. He was a Tampa Bay Lightning beat writer for the
Oh
NHL.
my god!
Wow.
Yeah. So, long story short, huge piece for the Bolts. Nashville has actually announced it too.
I'm surprised Nashville moved off him. Did he have term left?
I think it wasn't that Nashville wanted to necessarily move off of him. It was that I think Tampa wanted him bad enough. And Nashville, McDonagh was really, really valuable for them in the first round. But I would say that Tampa, they can get a second round pick next year out of it, which means that they can move that at the deadline for something else.
There it is from CJ himself. So I think if you're Tampa, right? So Sergachev was out, and broke his leg when he came back. I'm sure he wasn't 100%. That put so much pressure on Hedman. But when Tampa won their cups, we were like, Vasilevsky. Oh, my God, Vasilevsky. And they scored a lot of goals. They had guys who could score crazy goals. Kucherov was great. Braden Point was great. Lots of other great performances. What truly set Tampa apart from everybody and helped Vasilevsky be as great as he was is their left side was Hedman, McDonagh, Sergachev. Unbeatable. Game over. Don't bother. Yes, they had to go to some suspect names on the right side. Didn't matter. At any given moment, Tampa had at least one of Hedman, McDonagh, or Sergachev on the ice at the same time. Yep. You're not winning. They're killing you. In the playoffs? Forget it. Who do you even hide your best players from? I guess we'll send them at... Who? Sergachev? That sucks. McDonagh then? Okay. Bury his friggin' stick right beneath your pelvis there. Dude, it's... As a fan of an Atlantic Division team, I'm not thrilled. Not thrilled.
I think it's an indication that they definitely don't think their window's closing anytime soon. And I think, is it a precursor to Stamkos coming back?
Jesse,
that's
I
where
was
my
about
mind
to say the same thing.
That's where my mind immediately went. Like, we're getting everybody back. We're doing this thing again. We think we're a lot closer than the Florida series indicates, and Stamkos is going to be a Lightning in a couple weeks.
Steven, we need you to take a big discount. I don't want to. What do we got to do? I want Ryan back. I wouldn't be shocked at all if we hear something to that effect. Or this makes it way harder to bring Stamkos back because they're bringing money in and no money went out.
I want to see... I don't remember off the top of my head what Ryan McDonagh makes. So
it's like 6 or something.
Let's triple check.
It's a lot of money.
Sure.
It's a lot of money. Unless he signed some extension with Nashville that I don't remember.
No. Why can I do this quickly?
Spelled Mac.
There we go.
Donach.
Ryan McDonagh, 6.75 for next season and the year after.
That is a lot more than I thought.
Quite a chunk of change.
He also doesn't suck.
Yeah, that's very true.
He has a
he was
no
very,
trade
very good
clause, and I'm guessing he waived it. I'm guessing he waived it.
The last time the Nashville Predators and Tampa Bay Lightning did a little tradesy doodle do, it was the Tanner Jeannot trade, unless they did something in between that.
I don't remember, but I mean, the Lightning got killed.
And in that one, I think we're going to all agree that they probably look back and don't do that one again just because of the draft capital. So They have a great trading relationship, something you focused on in the past about Kyle Dubas and the teams he
Right.
loves to trade with. And this seems like definitely one that the Lightning seem to keep going back to.
So wait then. Tampa gave Nashville 2 more picks. And the pick that Nashville gave to Tampa is an Oilers pick. So what I'm trying to figure out, the trade tree senses are going off in my head. Are any of the picks from this trade from the Jeannot deal? And unless the Oilers one is, then the answer is no.
I wouldn't think so. I think these are other picks.
So is that Nashville? That's Nashville's picks?
Yeah.
For this upcoming draft.
They got that's a playoff team that nearly punched their ticket to the second round. They got a first, 3 seconds, 2/3, 3/4. They don't have a 5th, 6th, or 7th, but all the things
And
they
then-
just said are why you don't give a shit.
Add into this another second round pick in 2025.
Yes. Question.
Dude, another first round pick.
But it's conditional. It's conditional.
Oh.
Yeah, this was.
There is a condition.
Yeah.
Trade protected. Our top temperature. A question for you guys. Is there any way to look up just the trade history involving McDonagh to the Preds and then McDonagh back?
Yeah.
Yes.
You got it there.
Yeah, I'll
There
do it in
is
like
a
half
way
a
to
second.
do it.
Because the reason I ask is I believe Tampa had to pay assets for Nashville to take that deal.
It wasn't a lot. If I remember, because remember there was one weird.
No, it was Ryan McDonagh to the Nashville Predators in exchange
Oh.
for Philip Myers and Grant Mismash.
Okay, never mind then.
It was basically.
Myers.
And then they also held money. They held money.
They did.
Yeah, because
No.
if you look
No,
at it, it's just
no,
the change
no,
in
no,
cap.
No, that's just the change in the cap. So they lost $4.2 million in cap space.
I know, but doesn't he make 6.7?
No, it would have said.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, that's the change in what their cap was. So
I see.
Nashville's
Sorry.
cap went up plus 4.2.
Because
Tampa
Myers was making way too
Yeah.
much.
Yes, he was.
It kind of screwed his career up a little bit because he was not a bad player, but he wasn't 2.55.
Interesting.
It's almost like how Connor Timmins like number is screwing his career.
The one thing I do want to say is the Nashville Predators seem to be good at harvesting draft picks from the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yes.
I mean,
Between this and Tanner Jeannot, that's like it's pretty solid.
the list of trades Julien Brisebois has lost in recent years is a short list, but they include the Preds. Wow, that's a very big deal. And screw the Preds for sending another really good defenseman to the Atlantic.
Yeah.
Thanks
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah. It's
I
good.
think it's clear that Julien Brisebois, when he has guys he likes them a lot and will do anything to go acquire those players.
Nashville clearing space for Marner.
Just stop.
Not like that's not a ridiculous thing to say at all.
it's I know, but
Like Marner makes a lot of money getting $6.75 million outside of your team. It's not a ridiculous thing to say at all. They need high-end scoring talent. They have tremendous draft capital to build around this playoff team, as you illustrated.
He can play
And-
defense.
And he can play defense. In a pinch, he can be on the defensive side. It makes a lot of sense for this Nashville team to acquire a player like Mitch Marner, and now they have some cap room to do it.